name is Joseph Kahuna. I'm the co-founder of the Mutete Hibiscus juice. I'm a serial entrepreneur. What that basically means is just that I'm doing more than one thing at a time. We are in love with manufacturing. In India, they make everything in the street. And one of the things that happened for me is that I saw how easy it is to make things. I would look at how they make doors, beds, anything, tea, and you see how to put things in a sachet. And you're like, this is actually very easy. We should go back home and teach Namibians how to do this. When we came back home to Namibia and we started to talk about, okay, what is the first product? Then I was talking to my business partner, who's the CEO, the head of this company, and then he went on holiday to Kavango, and he came back and said, I know our first product. And then he went to a hotel where they served him the Mutete tea in a cup. And he came back and said, yo, this is our first product. And we were like, okay, cool, let's try it out. So we started trying it out, and it just worked out. And then we started with the whole project, and then we pushed it. We got into a few supermarkets, but then we were stuck. Like, to now go to the next level, because now we were in one supermarket, which is Food Lovers. Thank you, Food Lovers. They believed in us first. Then to go from Food Lovers to the other supermarket, it was really hard, because what would happen is that we were small, would get orders, go deliver the orders, wait for the money, use that money to take care of the next order. And then that's when we had another business where Bellatrix SME Finance was funding our tender. We had a supply tender in another business. And that's how we met the Bellatrix crew. And when we met this Bellatrix crew, so he tasted the product and he's like, no, actually, we are funding projects just like yours. And then Bellatrix came on board, and we were like, another guy that probably want collateral. But they told us that we don't need collateral. And then we just showed them what we had, and they saw the potential in the product, and they came on board. They gave us X amount of money. And then with that, we were able now to, I don't even want to say 10x, because it's really more than 10x. The other day, we were counting bottles of what we used to think was a big order then, and we're like, this is nothing. So when Bellatrix came on board, they really, I want to say maybe 40x our capacity, and it's still just at the beginning. We are not yet in the whole nation. We are not yet in the whole country. We are not in ShopRite yet. We just signed with Brock, so that's like 60 stores. The moment we start delivering to them, we are like now in 60 stores nationwide. When Bellatrix came on board, we were really using my garage as the warehouse where we were producing the juice. And we managed to get into the supermarkets from my garage. But they were very surprised, like, you guys got in these supermarkets from your garage? So they wanted to come on board, and we were manual. We were doing around 100 bottles a day. When Bellatrix came on with the Green Impact facility, what happened is that they really, I think, I don't want to say 10x, I think 40x our capacity, because with the machinery that they bought us, we are now able to do 1,000 bottles an hour. So already from 100 a day to 1,000 bottles an hour, you can see the impact already in that. And then also on top of that, they've been holding our hands. They didn't just give us the money and go. No, they brought consultants on board. We meet once a month and we discuss, okay, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And many times in those meetings, we have really pivoted our direction, and it has saved the organization. It has really helped us to grow. And then they also gave us like a whole 12 months grace period. They gave us a 12-month grace period where we didn't have to pay back. And plus, the loan is prime -4. So, I mean, that's unheard of. And on top of that, there wasn't collateral needed. All what they just used was just like, they just wanted to know if we really do have customers. We showed them the purchase orders, and they saw that there is potential in this. And then with that, we really have now been able to go into nationwide. When Bellatrix came on board, we were only in Food Lovers and Spa Marua. But now with them on board, because of the Green Impact facility, with them on board, we are now in over 55 stores nationwide. We are in 13 towns right now as we speak. I'm sure it probably even by tomorrow will be more. Like I said earlier, we just signed Brock. That's another 60 shops. If we get in with ShopRite, that's another 55 shops. So, and all of this we can only do with what they brought to the table. Currently in the market right now, we are fighting for the little hibiscus that is there. with the lodges, because they also make the tea and they serve to their clients when they come there. So how we decided to overcome that was then to empower communal and commercial farmers. So what we do is that we take some guys, if you have a hectare of land, 2 hectares, 10 hectares, whatever size, we train you how to grow the hibiscus that we use, the red subderifer, and then we train you how to do that, and then we buy it back from you. And with that program, we have trained just over 50 farmers, and then so already one farmer is like employing, maybe depending on how big the plot is, but I think with a hectare they employ like 7-8 people, and some have bigger plots. So of course you can see some people can employ up to 50 people. So already the impact is really reaching out nationwide. And this is not only in Kavango, this is also in Okahanja, Oshinene, down to the south. We are getting farmers who are interested from everywhere. As I'm speaking now, my business partner and the CEO is in Kavango region. We just went into a partnership with FAO, and they are funding us to train the community on how to start growing the Mutete. So that's another plus 50 people outside of the ones that we've already trained already. So really the impact is really far reaching, and it's going to the corners of the country. So where we are right now, so we are now becoming nationwide, but Namibia for us is just an office. We want to do what the other business people are doing in Saku, and we want to go into Saku. So whenever you go to any Saku country, we eat the same food basically, because they have created such a beautiful network where the same product is in all of these countries. So we want to tap into that as well and get our products into South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, and of course Namibia. So that's the next step. Where we are struggling a bit is international distributors. And also locally, we are also finding the distribution is a little bit expensive, but we are trying, we are business people, so we have to be innovative. So we are trying to find solutions around that as well. We are about manufacturing. So hibiscus is just the first product. There are so many products, and hibiscus is for us, it's an indigenous Namibian product. But if you go into every Namibian tribe, every tribe has an indigenous product. So we are looking at other indigenous products. We are already doing some testings to see what's the next product, what could the people, take up. And we'll probably keep it in the health line, because the world is really becoming health conscious. People are watching what they eat. So yeah, so these are the next things. So we are looking for guys who have beautiful products that also want to maybe expand. Maybe we can go into partnership with them, since we already have a network and stuff like that as well. So yeah. Our machine is a capping, filling machine. So basically it fills the bottles and then it caps them, and then it also shrink wraps them. So what that does is just that, so it just fills the bottles and then it caps them, and then we shrink them. Before the machine, we used to go manual, and like I said, would make like 100 bottles a day. But with the machine, we now do 1,000 bottles. So what we do is that we still make the juice manually. But after we make the juice, then we just put it in the machine, and then the machine fills the bottles, and then it runs it down the line, and then on the other end it's also capped, and then we take it to the shrink wrap. We put our labels on, and after we put our labels on, then we shrink wrap it, and then that makes it easier for transportation, and it helps us to save money on boxes or this other type of things. So the machine, it has really changed the game. The guy that we hired, the intern that became the head of production, he has a very rigorous health and safety precautions. Our product is 100% organic, so we have to have a very high standard for health and safety. Our water is purified. When the guys are working, they need to wear the hairnets, they need to put on the gloves, and the machine has to be washed after every cycle. It has to be rinsed, it has to be washed after every cycle. When production is happening, no other person can come here. You can't put on perfume because it can affect the taste of the product. So yeah, we have a very high, and then we wash the machines down every morning and every evening after production.